Evening, boys.
Evening, Sally.
Welcome to The Chatting, your local pubcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Kirk.
I'm Mark.
And I'm the other Mark. 3 pints, Sally. And what are you having?
I'll have a Bellini.
Cheers. I'll fetch him over.
Evening, boys.
Evening, Mark.
How are we all doing?
Good, are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, yeah. Yourselves?
I'm fantastic.
What have you been up to?
Oh, well, it's Christmas shopping, isn't it? That's what
Oh,
I've
don't
been
talk
doing
to
it,
me
mate.
like that.
You look
No.
cold there, Mark. You got enough layers on?
I'm freezing in this pub. I'm not coming to this pub again. It's freezing cold.
My toes are like ice.
It's really not that cold. It's really not that
And
cold.
he is literally sat in a shirt.
It's really not
Yeah, I
that
know.
cold.
I've got a coat on, a
shirt and his underpants.
and a Hyundai, and you've just got a shirt
An
on.
undie?
Yes.
You wearing your undies?
It's like a pair of pants with a big hood. An oversized hood.
Everybody calm down. It's a hoodie. Oh, calm down. And he's just got a shirt on.
Kirk's the type of person that wouldn't surprise me if he was sat here wearing shorts now.
Oh, yeah. Flip-flops are not... Yeah.
Oh, I don't own flip-flops.
I
I
would
can't
say
be
not
doing
flip-flops.
flip-flops.
No.
But shorts, I can imagine it in his basketball shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine him like
You just
that
don't
now.
play.
Could you imagine? That'd be a sight for some
Yeah,
eyes.
it would be
So,
in shorts, wouldn't
Jesus.
it? It would be in shorts.
It would.
I tell you what, I know you're going to go into it. I tell you what, perfect job for you, Kurt, because you like to not wear many clothes even in winter. Right? Be a postman because they always wear shorts.
They're always walking around
In the
naked.
winter.
They are hardened, aren't
Yeah,
they?
exactly.
But-
You'd be
but-
good at that.
But that means a lot of walking.
Well, yeah, well,
That don't really fit with
You
me.
don't see many postmen on Segways, do you?
And if there's not an ice cream van at end of street, then he ain't bothered.
yeah, very
No,
true.
absolutely not.
Yeah, I was saying.
Yes.
Have you been doing much Christmas shopping?
No, I don't do Christmas shop. I don't go to Meadowhall. I stopped going to Meadowhall about sort of beginning of October, and then I don't go back to Meadowhall till about end of
March.
January. March, it should be March, yeah.
We
No,
laugh about it, but you literally don't, do you?
No, I don't do any Christmas shopping.
It's a bit
no.
like-
But you just stand looking at your bedroom window with your, what do they call them, night hat things on that look like Christmas hats.
With bobble on end.
A plate with a candle on it, shouting at
Bah
children
humbug.
Looking like
outside.
Scrooge.
Yeah.
Bah humbug!
No, I don't do any shopping.
But that's on the same as you not going out past 5 o'clock or something when it's rush hour traffic. Is that you like that?
Well, yeah, because if I'm going to go shopping, go at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, not in rush
Yeah.
hour traffic.
I mean, it makes
I've got the
sense.
luxury to do that.
It does make
So,
sense.
so you say you don't do obviously go Christmas shopping, but obviously you do buy stuff for Christmas.
No. As in presents?
Yeah.
No. What am I buying presents for? You don't get any.
Your wife?
Are you trying to get presents out of me?
Your
Yeah.
wife?
Well,
Your son?
Well, no, hang on, slow down.
Someone's going in Christmas jail here.
Aina tends to want to buy her own thing because she don't like what I buy her. So she likes to go, right, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that. So she buys
And then
her
opens
own.
it up and goes, oh, look what I've got.
Exactly. And my son don't want anything because he's like me. He's like, don't bother buying me any tat for Christmas.
Yeah, but
Dad.
you know when people say that, they don't actually mean it.
Ethan means it. 'cause
No, he doesn't.
No, he does because he's like me.
I mean-
because if what happens if I buy Ethan something, then he's got the same mind thought as me, going, well, my dad's want me something. Now I've got to go out and buy him something.
Have you seen that
And we
episode
both-
at Catherine Tate's show? When
I-
she does that, the gran?
Would Rav? No,
When grandson comes round.
No.
And
no,
Well, tell us then.
he can't remember.
she's bought him a present, obviously, for Christmas, and then she sat there and, so what you got me then? Nothing. Nothing? Well, you told me you didn't want anything. So you bought me nothing? You know how she's really like...
Yeah.
I forget what else she says now.
Well, that's a great story, that Mark.
You watch it on YouTube, it's really funny.
But the point
It's him out of Gavin and
Yes.
Stacey.
It's just about giving, isn't it? It doesn't have to be expensive. It could be something that...
Well, I get what you're saying, Rob, but me and you are completely different when it comes to this. Man. It's not because I'm mean or I don't want to buy gifts and that, but I'd rather, like for Aina, for
I
example.
just see it as lazy. That's
No,
all.
it's not. It's because if I start buying stuff for Ethan, I've got to buy him something that like a computer game or whatever, but or something like that. But of course, he's already got the computer. It's like me. I've got there's nothing you could buy me what I haven't
This
got.
is you that had to look all the way through the Rodram advertiser to see if we were in it
Yeah.
before you bought it, and then decided not to buy it because we weren't in it.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
How much is it? About 15 pence.
It was £1.50.
Was it really?
Yeah.
£1.50 for Rodram advertiser.
Yeah.
Give over.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy it if I were in it.
There you go.
Well, I'm going to throw a spanner in it works.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I think we should do Secret Santa between us four this year.
Oh, that is a very good idea.
Mark's arse has just fallen out.
Oh, sat in silence.
Hang on.
Right, for the benefit of the tape,
Why have
I'm-
you just opened Microsoft Excel?
Go on, for the benefit of
For
the
the
tape.
benefit of the tape, I'm not taking part in this here.
Give it
Just-
over.
Give it over.
No, I'm not. Listen, getting me on. We used to do it at work when I used to work at a bank. We're doing Secret Santa. No, I don't want to do Secret Santa. And then I end up with some tat.
It just
It
sounds
don't
like you're
matter.
making
It's fun.
excuses.
It's not fun. I've got to go
shopping. You've got to make a bit of effort. You've got to think about
I
someone and
don't
go,
want to.
what would I get? I know, that's why I said you're lazy.
No, it's not lazy.
You're not prepared to think about
You're forcing
someone.
me to do something I do not want to do.
Lazy.
No.
You are
can leave me
lacking.
lazy.
You are
Literally.
lacking commitment and motivation, young man. And that's the only time
no,
I'm ever going to call
Ethan,
you
I
young
can
man.
be committed.
Ethan is your son. You should buy him a present. No, not buy him a
No,
present.
no.
Get him a present. You could make him something.
Make him something.
Yeah.
He's not
I know.
6.
Well, I'm just saying it. You don't have to cost. It's the thought that counts. But you should give him a gift for Christmas.
Yeah. And then he'll go, Dad, what's that? That's tat. And then he'll also say, well, I feel bad now because I've not got you anything.
And you say,
then
then you feel bad, son, because you're not bought me anything or made me anything.
And then you start the snowball effect of he then buy something for me, and I'm
Or
like,
make something for you.
and then I go, that's tat, and then we're in a circle of giving and taking.
For the record,
presents.
I am a little bit on Mark's side with this because as
Thank
you get
you.
older, especially because like I've got younger children and stuff like that, you've kind of got enough to buy for without the cost. I would say I don't necessarily.
Yeah,
it
cost
doesn't
as well.
matter to me leaving the house, but the cost, the cost and the stress of buying something for somebody for just the point of buying something for them. It might be something they don't want, they don't need, and it's just added stress during an already stressful time. I do get.
It's going to be really
Hold
stressful
on.
being outside.
Hold on.
Mark, isn't it?
I get what you're saying. It's already stressful. It's stressful. It can cause stress at an already stressful time. Yes, when you're buying for 3 kids and your wife. But when you're Mark, who's not buying for anybody, where's this stress coming from? Don't say DJing, that's just your job. So ultimately, where's the stress coming from?
Well, no, I get it, but he's going from doing nothing to doing something. We're going from just adding one more thing to buy.
yeah.
And also, obviously, I don't buy from any of my family. I don't buy from my brothers or their wives, and they don't buy for us. And we're all good with that. None of us are sat there going, well, I really want a present from Mark, or I want a present from Gary or Danny. Or none of us are sat doing this standoff thing. We're all happy when we get nothing. Because it's like, we don't need to then go and buy
Till
anything.
door closes Christmas Day night.
So we're
he not
all-
brought anything again, has he?
So we're all happy.
The tight sod.
But what we do in return is obviously we'll do other things like you know not particularly presents, but we'll do other thoughtful things. You know what I
Pass
mean?
the parcel.
So if we all agree we're going to do a Secret Santa, you're actively not going to take part.
Yeah, but I've got to go out and buy something.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
make
can order
something.
it online.
And then when whatever
You
you,
can pinch
guys,
it off one of your
whatever
elves.
you get me or something,
It'll be a secret to everybody then.
it'll be a bloody Rubik's cube or something. I'll be like, well, I've got 3 of them in loft or something stupid.
Well, yeah, it might be, but it's just the
It's meant
excitement.
to be a laugh.
Yeah, it's just a laugh. It's a bit of
Well,
fun.
fine, let's do it Easter time when it's not as busy. Does it? Why does it
What
have
have you got? Maltesers.
But it's like,
Shaped like
nowadays,
a bunny.
Yeah.
the worst thing is you don't even have to go anywhere these days because you can just order it online.
But what do I order?
But mate, I can't tell you what to order. That's the whole point of Secret
Right,
Santa.
we'll do Secret Santa, but do you know what, Rob? You're buying 2.
I've got to tell Mark what he's ordering.
Then I've got to wrap the bloody thing up.
Yeah.
Buy
yeah.
gift
What,
wrap.
which saying when do I fit that in my busy schedule?
When do you fit that around working?
I've got to fit wrapping up presents.
A present.
One.
Well, I'm still going to buy for all of you.
No, Secret Santa is.
Oh no, it's when you pick a name out, isn't it?
out, yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not much fun for four people, is it? I mean, it's not.
I'd have liked to have seen the stress for you printing these mugs, Mark.
Oh no, that were different. That's part of the.
Honestly,
you know,
I just see it that you're just being lazy in that you
No,
don't
no.
want to make any effort
why?
at all.
Why do I need to make an effort? Do we buy a present?
Why do I need to make an effort?
Buying some Christmas socks, giving him to Ethan, he'll go, yeah,
Right,
great then, Dad.
let me ask you another question. Aina says to you this year, Mark, I've changed my mind. I want us to buy Christmas presents this year.
Yeah, she says this every year. She changes them. She flip-flops.
Oh, she does say it.
And then Mark talks her out of it. Well, you can buy me something if you want, but I'm not getting you anything.
No, she flip-flops all the time. Like in October, she'll say...
Flip-flops in this weather?
She'll say, don't buy me anything this year. I don't want anything. Then November, I've changed my mind. I want this. And then 2 weeks later, no, save us money. We'll not. I'm all over. She wants something. She don't want something. She wants something. She don't want something. So
it definitely sounds like you're talking her out of it.
And then when she
God,
says,
no.
actually, I want this, your answer is, good, go and buy it yourself.
no, but whatever I buy in the past when I bought her stuff, she's gone. That's not right. I don't want this. Or that's not right. So it's easier for her to buy what she wants because
There's things called wish lists now as well that they can make a wish
What,
list.
sorry?
A wish list.
Oh, don't tell Aina that. There'll be
So they make a wish
million
list,
items on it.
and then you can pick from that list what you want to get her. So it's still a surprise for her what she's going to get.
Great, but this wish list would not be under a fiver, would it? We're talking expensive, so I'm going to be going through going, hang on, that's too expensive, that's too expensive.
What if it was 50 quid?
Oh, well, that's okay.
Yeah,
But there's been nothing on it.
So
on
just
Aina's
set,
50
just set a
quid list.
boundary. Pick items that are this price. I don't think I'm going to get over the fact that you just can't buy Aina a little something or Ethan a little something.
I do, but not at Christmas time. I buy things at other times.
Right.
And I'm also more about experiences as opposed to presents.
I know we talked about that in last year's episode, and I get it. That's what I do.
I mean,
She said, "Hey, Aina,
I
I
know-
bought us 2 train tickets," and she goes like, "Oh, not again."
I should love that.
Oh, yeah, it sounds
I
like
know
it.
what you're saying about it. I mean, listen, I understand it's about giving and receiving presents. I get all that. But it's just not, it don't work for me. It's not.
Don't get me wrong.
You
There's
know.
going to be people listening to this going, Rob, what are you on about? Shut up. You didn't have to buy anything. I get that. It's just the thought of just making that a little bit of effort at Christmas time.
It would not. I genuinely would not matter to me if I didn't receive one gift at Christmas.
And me too. And I
It
don't.
wouldn't.
And I'm fine with that. I'm good. I'd
Wouldn't.
rather not.
As long as you're
I'll
surrounded
tell you what,
by
though, you'd
your
be very
family.
awkward.
No,
Be very awkward with 4 of us, and one of us is not going to Secret Santa.
we know that. Who
Surprise.
Mark's got there, don't we?
Surprise.
No, I genuinely, I prefer giving. So I prefer giving. I just prefer buying presents for
Yeah.
other people. And
Yeah.
I when I buy presents for other people, I certainly don't do it because they're buying me something.
No.
Yeah.
You know, I buy for them, and that's my pleasure. That's my joy. When I'm sat there on Christmas Day morning or whenever it is, and the kids might open the presents or whatever, and they might say to me, "Oh, Dad, open your present." I'm not. I'm like, no, it's okay. I want to see you open your.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I almost find it a little bit awkward, not in front of the kids, but if I'm sat at my mum's or sat, family or whatever it is.
I'm the same. I feel a bit awkward.
Feel a bit awkward.
How do you react? And what do
Well,
you know?
Yeah.
Listen, if you don't want to feel awkward, just do what I do. Because I never feel awkward. Because I'm not opening anything and I'm not
honestly-
giving anything.
Look,
Honestly,
somebody brings you some presents, you go, that I'm not having them. I don't want them. You can take them back.
I could get 50 presents and I wouldn't feel awkward. So
Well,
You like a
give
present?
me all your
don't you?
presents. I won't feel awkward at
I
all.
bet you do a song and dance before you open each one,
Oh,
don't you?
mate, I love it. But as you said, and I pointed this out last year, that I also take great pleasure in watching other people open my presents because I do put a lot of thought into what I buy people. So I'm excited because I know I've put a lot of thought into it. The heartache is when someone opens a present and goes, "Oh, lovely," and you start there thinking, "I put loads of time and thought into that,"
Yeah.
and you just put it aside like it was just a no.
See what you're saying about presents and stuff. I understand what you're saying, but I tend to do that all the time. It's like flowers and chocolates, whatever. I do that for Aina, but not generally. I know this sounds a bit mean, but not generally around Valentine's, not around a birthday, not around Christmas, but completely random. That way, in my world, it comes across more heartfelt, and
Yeah.
I've thought about because I've not like, oh, it's Valentine's, buy some present.
I get that.
That's
Definitely
more me
get that.
because to me it's more thoughtful if somebody buys me a random gift saying, "Oh, I'm thinking about you today. Here's a present."
I
that
agree with
means
that.
more
Yeah,
to me
I do agree
than
with that.
Christmas.
Aren't you a good husband, Mark? Aren't you a good
The fact that you
husband?
do that.
I know Aina's probably going, well, I can't remember last time he bought me flowers.
I'm gonna say.
We're gonna get an email. We're gonna get an email in.
I'll have to buy her some tomorrow before this episode goes.
that does counteract a little bit of the Christmas thing.
That's what
right?
I tend to do.
Yeah, that does counteract.
And of course, I know you said it earlier. And I am extremely busy at Christmas. I'm going at 100 miles an hour, and rest of the year I'm only going 2 miles an hour. So it's that's another reason. So there you go.
I'll let you off.
Yeah,
but,
thank you.
But for you, Kurt, you've got also It's your anniversary, isn't it? Coming up soon.
Oh, wedding anniversary, yeah, in between Christmas and New Year.
Yeah, so
Yes.
you've also
Is
got
that
another
7
present.
years?
Boy.
I'm
years.
putting him on the spot now.
Eight,
Yeah.
eight,
Is it 8
eight
years?
years. So 2016, I got married.
26. All right, yeah, 8 years then.
Yeah, 8 years.
What's that?
8 years.
8 years. I don't know. I don't know
don't either.
what it is.
Oh, what the thing
Oh,
is?
is it? Oh,
The thing,
8
the thing
years,
that you
yeah.
don't want to buy, Mark.
Yeah, it's not wood. That's first year. Isn't it? Is it?
No idea.
Silver. Oh no, it's not.
In all fairness, me and Daisy tend to not buy each other anything for anniversaries.
Oh,
Oh,
and don't say
really?
that. Rob will have a go. Rob will have a go at you.
No, I'm not surprised.
Bronze and or pottery.
Oh, is it?
Oh, nice.
Oh, is that the modern one or the old-fashioned one?
Yeah,
Or?
the traditional, yeah.
Fluffy now.
Yeah, it tends to be mainly because our anniversary falls. We got obviously married between Christmas and New Year, so 29th of December. So I
My
just think,
busy time. Don't worry about. Did you think about me? Did you? With all my discos and stuff. No, don't worry about.
and how many discos do you have between Christmas and New Year? None.
Back then,
Between Christmas and New Year?
loads.
Give over.
Hello.
Give over.
Hello. I had loads.
Hello.
No, I did. I used to have loads back then.
Between Christmas and New Year?
Yes.
What, Boxing Day?
No, that's not between. That is Christmas. That's not between Christmas and New Year, is it?
I
Boxing
think
Day.
you'll find it's technically between Christmas and New Year.
I know
By
it's not.
but
Anyway,
I mean, it is,
Anyway,
but
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, let's not split hairs. Mark's got a few enough already.
So yeah, I think that's mainly why we don't buy each other stuff, because we've got 3 kids to buy for Christmas
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
Oh, that's fair enough.
it's already an expensive time of year.
are you doing anything nice for your anniversary?
Nothing planned as of yet. We might do. We might go out for something to eat or whatever. We don't ignore it. We know it's our anniversary, and but we just choose. Well, up to now we haven't really bought anything each other for anniversaries. But
Rob's twitching.
His
He's
and-
twitching.
I've
He's
got
twitching.
his and hers pottery class.
I'm not. Something just popped into my head that I thought I need to ask Mark.
Me.
Yeah. Well, I just thought, given the fact that you know the thought that you've put into your presents and whatnot, how did, and based on anniversary,
Yes.
how did you propose to Aina?
I don't think I
how
know.
long have you-
I
how
don't
long
know.
have you been
hang on,
married?
there's loads of questions here. Can you write them all down, please? These
Yeah, how long have you been married?
That's a good question. When do I get married? First of all,
During COVID?
I got during lockdown. So
20.
2020.
4 years.
So 4 years. Yes, we've been married. So how did I propose to her?
Yeah.
Well, the original plan was I was going to propose to her at Disney World.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh,
yes.
of course. Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
That
And
the
you had a
plan.
massive argument. Oh no, not that one. Only joking.
That was the plan. Because I was going to sort of rope you guys in, because you guys were coming. Well, you weren't, Mark, because you're not Disney. But
No, I don't get invited to anything.
No. Well, you won't want to come to Disney, would you?
No.
Would you? No.
Yeah.
Right. So the plan, I was going to rope you guys in. I was going to do all this. I got sort of thinking about what to do, and I thought, it'd be really good. I mean, I know it's cheesy doing it in front of Castle, whatever. But then, of course, COVID hit. So that went by the wayside. But, hey,
Yeah, right, Mickey Mouse a bit.
No, we went to Disney before COVID.
Yeah.
You was going
No.
to propose to Aina in 2018 when we went to Disney.
Because you asked
But,
me.
but something happened. Something happened as to the reason
Oh, yeah,
why you
that's
didn't.
all right. Yes.
You asked
yeah,
me
yeah,
if
sorry.
I dress up as a Disney princess and
Oh,
bring
yeah.
a ring, and I said no, I'm not doing that.
Oh, no. Yeah, what happened then? I can't remember myself.
She burnt your toast.
No. Seriously, though, I can't remember what happened. Why did...
I don't know.
I can't remember either, but I do remember it being put on your plan that you were going
Yeah,
to
it
do
weren't COVID. Because I'm thinking of the...
World War II.
I'm thinking about the wedding.
The actual wedding, yeah.
That's it. I'm getting confused.
Falklands.
The plague.
Oh, that's all I remembered. Yeah. So that's what I was going to do. I was going to propose.
We can see this all played out on the Bayeux tapestry.
I was going to do that for Disney, but Aina were getting, and she's like, "Well, when were you proposing all this lot and stuff?" Because she wanted me to propose. She was getting impatient, shall we say? That's probably the word. And I thought, hang on a minute here. I can't.
I've only knelt down to tie my shoelace.
I can't. She was getting impatient, being sort of beginning of the year, and we were going. When did we go?
October.
October. And I thought she's not gonna last out here type thing. She's not gonna.
Bags packed.
Is she not very well? I'm going to say, is she not very well?
You don't buy me anything for Christmas. You don't get me anything.
She's not very well. He's not buying her flowers.
Not proposing. I'm off.
Well, I don't mean.
Right. So you needed to trap her, yeah? So,
No, I said she were getting. What's the word I'm thinking of? She were getting impatient.
Yeah,
That's
that
probably
is the
about the
word,
best way.
yeah.
And she's like, "Well, what are you doing?" And all this line. And then back in my head, obviously, I got this big plan.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell her because it was going to be a surprise. So I thought, well, you know what? I need to sort of do something else here. So I got her. I mean, it's all going to fall flat on its face here. But we got an holiday booked to Benidorm. Benidorm? Yeah, Benidorm. And I thought,
There's a Disney castle in Benidorm.
I wish there were. It would have made it easier for me. And so I just ended up proposing to her in Benidorm. So it was completely not what I wanted
set the
to
scene
do.
then. What
Yeah,
did you
set
do?
the scene.
Well, I just said, do you want to get married?
Yeah, where were you?
Get down on one knee.
In Benidorm.
Yeah, whereabouts in Benidorm? Were you at a pub? Were you on the beach?
They
Were
were
you,
just,
where were you?
they were just getting some chips for all inclusive. What do you reckon then? Should we get married?
We were just waiting for his bags at airport. And, no, well, listen, it's not very romantic. That's the point.
Listen,
But-
when it comes round to me, right, I'm going to be the most unromantic person around this table, so don't worry about that.
So we're in Benidorm. And I'd gone with my brother Gary and his wife Donna, and they didn't know, and I took the ring with me. So I thought, well, I'll propose to her, and I just thought she got ready. She'd gone down to the hotel bar, and we were sat outside. And I thought, well, I'll just propose to her now because again,
I'll get it out of the way.
it was almost like because she were getting so impatient about getting engaged. I know it sounds weird, but it were like the longer I put it off, the more she were getting impatient with it.
Yeah.
So the best way to
Genuinely how it happens.
to get it out of the way is to propose to her because that would make her happy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was more about her being proposed to as opposed to the setting. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Although I wanted it to be the setting better than,
Yeah.
and that's because that's how Aina's world works.
So you were sat outside a bar with two Star Wars characters that ride on a Segway thing, having sex, and you got down on one knee.
What?
Yeah?
What?
Oh, you've not seen that
Have you
bar?
nodded off?
I know what you're talking about.
I'm not enough.
Yeah.
Have you been to Benidorm?
Yes, once.
So
You mean with Sticky Vicky?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So the bar, I don't know what bar it's called, but it's on a corner.
I went to
yeah,
see Sticky Vicky.
Yeah, well, in the same
daughter
bar,
does it now, you know.
Yeah.
there's
Sexy Barbara.
there's Darth
Sorry.
Vader and Leia.
Yeah.
And they're on them Segway things, them electric things, and they come out naked and
Yeah.
come together, and he manages to get his penis inside her, going backwards and
I'd
forwards.
be giving a round of applause for standing on it.
I know.
The Segway. I mean, trying to stay upright on one of them things.
I just need to interject here because I don't want listeners to thinking what he proposed while they were having sex on a Segway.
That's all I've got visions of.
I know, but that wasn't happening. That is a thing, but that's not in my
You
proposal
forgot your
world.
places.
So-
Aina, I am not your father.
Yeah, that weren't happening when I was proposing.
All right, good.
So we were outside the hotel bar.
Marry me,
Basically, it
will
wasn't
you?
even a bar. It was just the hotel bar, and my brother was sat there with his wife at the table, and Aina was sat there, and I came down, and I just proposed to her.
But you came down from the room, or you got down on one knee.
No, but both.
Right.
So I went down on one knee and gave her the ring, and she were. And my
Happy.
brother were like, "What's happening here?" Like, you know?
Did she say yes?
Yes.
Right.
Well, I'm married to her.
No,
so
there's a reason why I've asked that question. Don't
Oh.
worry, I'll come to it. I'll come to it. I just wondered whether she actually said yes.
Well, I think she did.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. It's not a loaded question for you.
Oh,
Don't worry.
Is it a you thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's how I proposed to her. So it weren't very exciting. It weren't very romantic. But in Aina's world, she were happy because
yeah.
she got a ring.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what it's all about, isn't it?
And that's what it's
Not
about.
necessarily
Yeah.
about the
So
setting. like
the
you
plan
said.
that I wanted Disney, we'll talk about it about my wedding. So it went from that to that, as in benefit of take my hands in the other ones lower down. So it went from high to low, which is a bit like my wedding thing. So that's mine. So what about you guys then? If we're talking about proposals,
Oh well, mine's not even as Yeah. I mean, mine's pretty poor. It really is.
Is yours going to make mine look good, then?
Yes.
Oh, brilliant! Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes,
Proceed.
it is. Yes, it is. So literally, I went out and bought the ring, got the ring. But the thing is with me is I can't like keep anything a surprise. I really struggle to keep anything like a surprise, or I just do. I can hold a secret. If someone says to me this and don't tell anyone, then fine. But for myself,
Did you ring her the minute you bought it?
do you know what? You laugh, but that's almost like what the feeling is. I like bought it, and then I'm like, that's what I want. That's what I want to do. I instantly want to.
I know you're like
share
that,
it.
yeah.
But I did keep it under wraps for a couple of days or whatever. But I was
Couple of days.
it worked. But then because I was trying to think of a romantic way of doing it. When could I do it? And I was trying to think of how to do it. And I was flying out on a business with work to Athens. Daisy were a bit down in dumps because obviously our A, going away for a few days, and B, I'm going off and almost having an experience without her. Not my fault, just putting that out there. It's work, and it was work. I'll tell you the story another day about the Athens trip because that is interesting. But
Does that get you a divorce?
No. Anyway, that is really a different story. It's a good one though. It is a good story. And she was feeling a bit down in dumps and everything. And I thought, oh well, maybe this could cheer her up. So I just said to her, we're literally on settee at home, and I said, I've got a present for you. And she was like, oh, all right, okay. And I'm like, right, I need to go and get it because it were in car. So I went to the car, got it, and when you realise at this moment that you've messed it up. Do you get it? Like you realise that this is just not the moment.
What do you mean the
So
door's shut behind you and it's locked you out and you're only in your pants?
Why were you thinking that it was the moment then?
Well, just
Because you were excited.
I think I wanted. The thing is it's almost as though I was trying to find a reason, an excuse to give it her. Does that make sense?
She would have settled for a coffee.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
absolutely.
If you're down, you will be in 5 minutes.
Matron. And so I went to the car, come back, and I stuck my head around the door, and I'm just like, close your eyes. So she closed her eyes. So literally, she just sat on settee at home, and I just walked in, and I knelt down in front of her, and obviously I opened ring box, and I says, right, open your eyes. And she opened her eyes, and obviously I said, will you marry me? And her answer was, cough.
Really?
To this day, I still wind her up because to this day she still never said yes.
Really?
She never actually said yes. I mean, don't get me wrong.
By all accounts, she never said I do on your wedding day.
We're not legally married. But yeah, she was very happy, and she got a bit teary and stuff, and so it was nice after that. But
Because they'd already got Sky Glass and she'd forgot that she couldn't port TV.
Yeah. But as a proposal story, it wasn't very good. I mean, it gave me something to tell the stripper about in Athens.
Is this a story that you weren't going to tell?
I'm not telling you the full story, but yeah, it was a story to tell while I was in Athens, but I've just got engaged.
Well, listen, it's giving you something to talk about. It is a story that you can tell.
Yeah.
You laugh about it now,
And it can
can't
stay
you?
on the internet for the rest of forever.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, come on then, Rob. Put us all to shame.
Oh, I don't even know where to start with this.
Well, I know, because it's such a big story.
Start
There's so much to it.
the pre-production and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're planning
do you want
stage.
to know it from Gemma's perspective or from my perspective?
Gemmers.
Oh,
It's
Gemma's.
only you could have two perspectives.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
A script and everything.
Yeah, but I actually think that if you tell the story first from Gemma's perspective, I think that's what would tell the story.
Okay. So we were going to the Cairngorm Mountains for a weekend. No, probably, I think it was like 4 days. Something.
Cold up there this time of year.
Yeah, and
It's
it
lovely
was,
though, isn't
and
it?
it was this time of year. I think it was September, and so it was all planned. Off we went up to the Cairngorms, and we were staying in a lovely little hotel, and it was really close, quite close to a loch called Loch Morley was what it was, and it was right at the bottom of, I can't remember the exact mountain or place, but you can obviously go skiing and snowboarding at that time of year. So we went, and And literally, as we were driving up, there was no snow in the UK. And in Scotland, there was, certainly up in the Highlands, there was snow, but not an awful lot. The day we set off, the heavens opened, and it absolutely came down to the point where my uncle in Scotland, I was ringing him, and he was like, Rob, I don't know what time you're setting off, but you need to be out there sharpish because it's coming down really bad. And he's in Glasgow, so it's quite a few miles beyond them where we're going, and a lot higher. So we set off, and we did hit bad snow. By the time we got there, I had an Astrovan at the time, trying to get up these hills. Honestly, the van was all over the place trying to get there.
Yeah, they're built for Scottish mountains, Vauxhall Astrovans, aren't they?
Gemma was petrified. She was thinking we're not going to make
Mountain
it.
Rescue rocking up in one of them.
What year were this, Rob, then? What are we talking?
7, 8, 9 years ago.
Okay.
I think
In
it
a
is.
time long ago.
I think it's 9 years ago. And so anyway, and it was a struggle getting there, but we got there, and the hotel was lovely. So 2 days in, we went for a walk round Loch Morley, and it was such a beautiful landscape. In fact, it was all covered in snow, and it was a lovely walk around the lake. We walked all the way around the lake, and it's actually a beach, believe it or not. It's I don't know if it's man-made, but there's sand in the summer, and people do go there and treat it like a bit of a beach with a lake. Obviously, it was all snowed over, and so I just thought that was the most beautiful setting to do it. So that's what I did. Got down on one knee, asked her to marry me, and she said yes.
Hey, you got an answer.
Yeah, I got an answer. She said yes, and that was it in general. But now do you want my version of the event? Yes. So
Strapping.
I can't remember how long ago it was before, but obviously I'd got the ring.
So we're talking 4 years before you proposed to her. You're planning it.
No.
And you got a script
I
and
think
everything.
it was quite a long time before when I designed the ring, but I think it was about 9 months before I designed a ring that I wanted, and I went and found a guy who makes rings, sorted that. And then
already that blows our stories out of water. You're just talking about the ring.
Yeah. So obviously then I knew we wanted to go to the Cairngorm, so I thought that's the time to do it. So I was like, right, obviously we're going to walk around this loch, and then we're going to be on the beach. And I was like, well, this is going to be, I'm not going to be able to get a phone or have any pictures of this, and I really want an element of this. I can't video it. I'm not going to be able to, So I thought, I'll hire a videographer, a photographer to follow us round. So I went online and I found someone that lived locally to that area that was a photographer. There was a few in there. I picked the best one that I thought was good. And basically I had communications with this guy and said, right, we're going to be coming on this day, at this time. We will start at the car park, we'll park there, and we'll walk round the loch. And he was like, yep, I'll follow you around the loch.
Did you interview this photographer? Did you sit him down and ask him loads of questions?
3-stage interview.
I interviewed him by looking at his images and we're like, they're nice.
CRB check.
Yeah.
So we'd set it, we arrived, he would follow us around the loch, and then when we got to the end...
Sorry to interrupt. So obviously, Gemma doesn't know that this guy's
no, she knows nothing about
obviously
this.
doesn't know.
She knows nothing.
But you knew this guy is going, Dave's over, whatever his name, Dave's following us. That
I knew.
You could
Obviously,
see
I
him
know
and
it's
all this lot.
happening.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'd never met him, didn't know him, although we'd spoke a few
okay.
times. I explained, I'd sent him a picture of what both me and Gemma looked like, so he even knew what we looked like, because he doesn't know us at all.
It's a bit stalkerish, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So we get there.
And he's paying for experience.
I know.
We get there, and obviously this photographer's there, and he'd brought a female friend along with him to make it look like they were just a couple taking pictures. And he was stood pretty much in the car park. I remember him taking pictures of the lake, and then we started walking, and he just started following us, and he kept a decent distance. He was taking pictures. Then all of a sudden they started walking quite a bit faster, and he got in front of us, and we were walking towards him at one point, and he was literally taking pictures of us through trees. I spotted him, and then there's a photo that's taken with me. I spotted him absolutely beaming down his camera lens, full on smile. Gemma's just walking along, not knowing what's going on. And so we walked all the way around the loch, and then got to the end, and then he positioned himself somewhere behind us and snapped all the shots of me getting down on one knee and doing that. And so all was great, but I didn't say anything at this point. I said nothing.
Not even afterwards.
Not even after, no. And then waited till Christmas Day. And prior to Christmas Day, I had one of the image where I got down on one knee. I had that printed off in it's not quite a metre, but it's a decent sized picture. not far off a metre, let's say, and had it printed off, put in a professional frame and everything, and wrapped it up for Christmas Day. And then on Christmas Day, when we were with all the family, she opened this present, which was me down on one knee. So obviously, in her head, we had no photos, no recollection of that happening.
Did you know? Obviously, when you proposed to her, she said, "Yeah." Did she at any point say to you, "Oh, Robbie, it would have been lovely if we had some photos"? Was that a conversation? Because
I think she did mention at one point and go, "It's just a shame we never really got a picture, did we? We never even took a picture when we were there. We just took a picture of a hand." Probably a
and
few
you
hours
did
later.
your best acting job.
Yeah,
Going,
no, I just,
I
said,
it's a shame.
I should have thought about
go.
that. You'd think I would, knowing what I do. And so, on Christmas Day, she opened this ominous, big, large parcel up, and it was a picture of me down on one knee. So she obviously had no idea about it.
It's a great picture. It's a great picture.
And did she? I mean, obviously lovely, but did she then not say to you, "Where's that come from?"
Well,
I mean, obviously you would have explained to her, but did
there
she?
were a lot of questions, and obviously when you then go through all the other photos and images, she's like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, I do remember seeing him and thinking it's a bit strange. He almost looks like he's taking pictures of us." So she started to recollect things.
You were made for me.
So this photographer he weren't as good as you thought, because he was obviously sticking out like a sore thumb.
But she hadn't questioned it up to that point.
Right.
So that's
But
it.
when somebody tells you something, then you look back on you go, "Oh, yeah, all right, that makes." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You put the pieces together, don't you? A little bit.
Based on what you were saying, it was very difficult, having done all that, to not say. Because especially I'd got the photos within a week of it happening, and I'd sat on these pictures looking at them. Obviously, went through them all, edited the best ones. I think I even made her a calendar. I even made one of her Christmas presents with a calendar with 12.
Yeah, he got his money's worth out of them pictures.
I did. That's about 400
There's
quid.
one thing for certain, proposals aren't coming anywhere close to that, are they?
No. So the gap between this was, you said you went in September and then it was December when you.
Yeah,
So that was the
Christmas Day.
gap.
Yeah,
I mean, good job Kirk didn't do it, because he would have gone like. Well, next day. Oh, look! Have you seen these photos?
Absolutely.
It would have just-
But I think that what you did,
that
I
was-
think was a genius idea.
Yeah, that was it.
for starters, and B, definitely up there with maximum effort.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me about it, and I remember thinking at the time, just
he didn't tell me.
Putting everyone to shame here, Rob. Putting everyone to shame. But I thought it was great what you did, and the picture that you've got is fantastic. And there's not that many people that would have a picture like that in that kind of setting. That's so genuine.
Absolutely.
It's so genuine.
And it's so bloody remote as well.
And so and the fact that it was snowing, it'd been snowing, and you couldn't write that.
No.
And of course they were candid photos. They were, because wedding photos, for example, a lot of the time it's like set cheese and everybody stood there smiling. But of course those, I knew you knew the photographer there, but Gemma didn't. So they weren't sort of set up. They were just genuine, sort of moments of.
I think there was even a moment, and I don't think I've seen. I think there is a photograph of it when I hugged Gemma afterwards.
And you winked to the camera.
When my arms were around her and round the back, I put the thumbs up. And there's a picture of him with the thumbs up. I'm sure there is one of that.
Give him your approval.
Yeah.
And then photographer followed him back to the bedroom. And that's a different calendar.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. So Mark, what about you?
It weren't like yours.
Yeah, I'm glad you're following Rob.
Yeah. I thought I did. I made an effort for me, because I'm I don't know if I'm overly romantic or not, but anyway. So I booked for us to go for a meal at Whitley Hall.
So how many years ago are we talking here, Mark, this one?
This is 2005, I think it is. So 19 years ago.
Yeah.
And it went run up to Christmas, and I'd made it out as we were just going out for a Christmas meal, pre-Christmas meal. So I'd arranged for babysitters for, in fact, just babysitter actually. We'd only got Leonie at the time. So nobody knew that I were going to propose. So all the family didn't know, and so I bought the ring, and to try and not give away where it was, so I tucked it inside my sock inside in the box on the inside of my leg, so she couldn't see it in my pocket or anything like that. So my dad dropped us off because it's down a country lane, Whitley Hall Hotel, and we're having a few drinks and whatever, and enjoying it. It was lovely, Christmas music, and it's a nice. I don't know if you've ever been. It's a nice little hotel. They do weddings and things. So we're sat with something to eat and drink, and then I thought there were a break between main and dessert, and I thought, right, this is the moment.
This is it.
This is it.
So you brought your photographer out that you paid for. Then
No.
Oh, okay.
Sadly, I've not got the resource or the imagination that Rob's got. And so I thought, right, here we go. So then I sort of slipped off the chair and then down onto one knee in the smoothest motion as I could possibly do, and at the same time pulling the ring box out of my sock. So I literally pulled the ring box up in front of Ellen's face.
I feel something's going to happen here.
Boxes backwards.
Yeah.
No, so Ellen instantly bursts out crying, and I was like, wow. And I opened the ring box, and she's just absolutely in floods of tears, and I'm like, wow. She's like, and obviously I said to Mary, she was just in floods of tears, and then I looked at ring box, and there was no ring in it.
And then you realise why she was crying, because there's no ring.
So I'm like, what's going off here then? That's what all this time I'm planning it and everything. Anyway, and as I'd done it, obviously in a nervous way, I'd rushed and sort of flicked the box open, and I flicked the ring out of the box. So Ellen's in floods of tears. I'm on my hands and knees crawling around under everybody else's table. Look at the ring. And then waiter comes over. He goes, "You all right there, sir?" I says, "No, sorry, I've lost the ring." He gets on his hands and knees and he starts scurrying around and
I could just see Mark running under tables. Has anyone seen me wife's ring?
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
So she said, yeah, and we found the ring.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it won't flow underneath somebody else.
I presume she were in floods of tears because she saw the
was
ring
just
box,
overcome
not because
with
the
the,
ring was missing.
yeah.
Right, okay, right. That's fine.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Oh, that's a good story. I like that.
I know, it's great stories. What a bloody waste of time, eh? Anyway, I'm only joking.
Said the romance is dead. I have got a bit of a story actually about an older couple
Oh, okay.
and about the longevity of marriage.
Oh, yeah.
They were lying in bed one night. Husband were falling asleep, and wife says to him, "You used to hold my hand when we were courting."
Courting,
And he
that's
was-
a word you don't hear.
I know you don't hear it very often, do you?
Courting.
Anyway, and he were a bit tired and that, and he were like, oh, all right. So he reached out and he grabbed her hand. Anyway, a few moments later, she says, "Then you used to kiss me." So a little bit like, so he reaches over and he gives her a peck on the cheek, and then he's like, right, okay. So then he rolls back over and he goes to try and go to sleep again, and she goes, "Then you used to bite my neck." Then anyway, he jumps up out of bed, he throws covers off, and he storms off out of bedroom. She goes, "Where are you going?" He says, "To get me teeth."
Holden's at best.
But all of our, while we're talking about this, all of our weddings were very different, weren't they?
Yeah.
Very
absolutely.
different to each
Yeah.
other.
Yes.
I mean, Mark's. Do you want to tell us about yours, Mark? Because we weren't there.
Well, I know. Listen, I know. And again, I'm going to say for the benefit of the tape, it wasn't because you weren't invited. Well, you were.
was.
Well, you. Well, I know. I know. You technically you weren't invited, but it's because it was COVID. That's
Yes.
why. So again, the plan. This going back to
Yeah,
my
he's like
original
that.
story.
I'm not putting any food on for them.
Well, it did save me some money. No, so the original plan was the plan was to go to Las Vegas and get married in Las Vegas. That was the plan.
Yeah.
So the plan was to go Las Vegas, a couple of days, get married.
I go to LA.
Not get married by Elvis, by the way, but then go on to LA, go to Disneyland, Universal Studios, whatever, and then go on a cruise down the
San Francisco.
East Coast. Is it East Coast?
Yeah, the coast. I can't remember which one it is.
No, West Coast. It's the West Coast. Go down there, San Francisco. Francisco.
Nice word.
Go and see Golden Gate Bridge, wherever
Francisco.
that is. That was the plan, but COVID hit.
It wasn't just the plan.
Yeah.
It was booked.
It was booked.
Yes, it was, but yes, it was booked because you guys were coming. You weren't
Yeah,
coming, Mark, again, were you?
No.
I mean, I don't know why did you never come on stuff here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did invite you though, didn't I?
Probably not.
I think I did.
It was before the chatting days, weren't it?
I was
Well, it was.
well looking forward to your wedding.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I mean,
For Vegas, I'm going to be honest. I've always wanted to go to Vegas, and we were going to Vegas.
At my wedding, we're just a bit of it,
While
just
we were
happened to
there.
be while we were there. I mean, listen, to be fair, I don't. I know I'm talking about it now, but I really generally don't like talking about it because it makes me really sad when I talk about it, and I mean really sad because Aina had got some of her family coming across to meet us in Las Vegas. My nephew, who lives in New Zealand, he were going to come across. Because he were in America, I think at the time, and my two brothers were coming, so obviously they would have met up with Jason as well. My son Ethan were going, so you guys were coming.
It would be the first time Ethan had ever been on a cruise, I think, would it have been?
It would have been his first time on a cruise, obviously Las Vegas. So, the combination, and my brother, obviously, my brother is ill at the minute, so I don't, if it would have been good for him to go to Las Vegas, you know what I mean? I'm sure he'll have a chance to go, but, that moment for all the family to be together, and it's just gone. It's not something you can go, we'll do it in a couple of years' time. You can't.
And it were literally just weeks before as well, weren't it?
It was weeks before.
When it all got cancelled.
Yeah, and it's... So it does make me sad, but that was the plan. That didn't happen. So again, going back to Aina, what do? Because again, we're like, well, how long's this lockdown? What's going to happen? None of us knew what was going to happen. And again, Aina she was a little bit impatient. She still wants to get...
Itchy feet again.
I know. I know. And Aina's one of these people that if she wants to do something, she wants to do it. You know what I mean? I can be a bit like that if on things, but I'm a little bit more sensible I'll go, hang on a minute, that's not the right thing to do type thing. So she wants to get married regardless. I'm like, well, yeah, but can't we why don't we do this? Why don't we wait? But again, we were like, well, how long do we wait for? 6 months, a year? How long? We don't know. It's the unknown. So, right, okay, we'll get married. So we ended up not getting married in Las Vegas, but...
All right, we'll get married.
Yeah, well, it's because it's not what we want to do, because we got... The original plan was we were going to have a party back here for those that didn't go to Las Vegas, in Doncaster, and we'd even booked all that as well. And what we'd got booked, because we'd got a restaurant
Did I get an
booked.
invite to that?
Yeah, you got an invite to that, didn't you?
I think you did. Actually.
I?
Yeah.
Oh, you
All
did.
joking aside, I think you genuinely did.
We got, because trying to get all the money back as well were a nightmare, because I'd booked Universal tickets. We'd booked a restaurant for you guys as a surprise for a meal. We had to cancel all that, get all that so it's cruise money like you guys, your holiday. So we ended up not getting married in Las Vegas, but ended up getting married in Doncaster Registry Office, which is, again, I'm going to have my hand up in air here and my hand in lower here for benefit of say, completely chalk and cheese.
Yeah.
And we were only allowed 10 people. And that included me and Aina and the registrar and the photographer.
Right.
So we were,
6 guests.
we were very, very limited.
Couldn't you have had the photographer ordained?
Whoa. What, to
That'd
take
have
up...
That'd
what,
have
that
got
would
you
say,
another one, wouldn't it?
Another one.
we could have invited you then, Mark.
Rob would have done that.
I could have come as photographer.
Rob would have done that. He'd have got the photographer ordained, so they'd have been taking photos and doing the.
That's an idea.
Yeah, it's a bit late now.
I'm going to say it's a bit late.
You can have that one.
So we couldn't invite lots. I couldn't invite my extended family. I couldn't invite you guys.
No.
And that made me sad. I know that sounds a bit weird. Me getting married made me sad, but you know what I mean. It's not how I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But again, what was important for me is that Aina wants to get married.
I still think we've got room for a stag do, though.
Absolutely, we have.
I mean, that could be Vegas.
Yes.
Well, I think Ethan started organising it. Oh, you, Kirk? Sorry, were you that started a stag party for me? A stag thing.
It was more of a discussion of talking about while we was in Vegas, we was going to do something in Vegas.
Yeah.
But we definitely should do something.
Yeah, we should
Before
have
it looks like the sets off Cocoon.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we ended up doing. And
Well, at least you're married.
yeah, we're married, which is what Aina wanted. So it's not.
Put a ring on it.
Yeah, I put a ring on it.
We're married, so at least what Aina wanted.
And listen, I know that. Well, I know
You've got away with words, you, Mark.
I know that it didn't come out right. Obviously,
lies, Mark Lane.
I wanted to get married, but just not that.
Not as much as Aina.
Not in that sort of kind of way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
I'll go and get you a shovel. Keep digging.
Yeah, I know.
Time at the bar, please. years?
Your wedding seems like years ago.
It was years ago. That's
Like
why.
years and years and years
17 years ago.
17 years.
Where did
Yeah.
you get married?
We got married at Thorpe Esley Church.
Yeah.
And then we had all the other stuff, as you would like, the breakfast and the the night thing that they call the night do,
The night
as they
do.
call it, the night do, at Rockingham, up at Wentworth.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. That it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I feel like we've already talked about this. Because I feel like I've spoke about the cruise before. I feel like I've already mentioned
have
the
you?
cruise.
Well, we talked about cruises before,
Yeah,
but I don't think we talked about your...
I'm happy to elaborate on it again, but we got married on a cruise ship, as you, three of you, two of you know.
Three of you.
Mark, you were invited.
Well, you don't get out much, do you? You don't come... You don't come...
I mean, both of you missed a trick there because both of you could have said that you weren't invited to Mark's wedding. Just putting it out there.
Absolutely we weren't.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But yeah, so you guys came, didn't you? And we got married on the Celebrity Eclipse cruise ship. Lots of family. I think, was there 28 of us?
I thought it was 22. I could be wrong, but I thought it was 22.
I might have elaborated.
Split the
Not like me,
difference.
is it?
Yeah, 24. I know.
Well, didn't you think everybody on the ship were there just for your wedding? Is that what you thought?
That's it. Always works in
3,500
my head.
people.
Yeah. Anywhere I go, they're all there to see me. But yeah, and it was fantastic. You know, great cruise, wasn't it?
It
was
was
like
amazing.
it was pretty much because we did. We had a stag do before we went, didn't we? But we had, which we have definitely already discussed. But yeah, we had a little mini stag do on there, didn't we? Then we had the wedding, and then pretty much the final, the rest of the holiday, which was pretty much 10 days, was pretty much the honeymoon with all you guys with us. So it was
We all enjoyed your honeymoon.
it was brilliant. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And we
I
got
mean,
upgraded to a suite, didn't we?
You did.
£25,000.
You said we were.
Yeah,
We
did.
were.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
We know, because you went, come and, you were like doing guided tours of your room.
Yeah,
It's certainly the most expensive wedding I've been to.
yeah. I know. Bless you. But it was amazing. Yeah, it was
great.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
And then Kirk, yours was a lovely winter wedding, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, we got married at Wortley Hall. Really nice. We originally booked a venue in Scarborough. Went to see a venue, which was nice, lovely in Scarborough. But obviously, because of what I do for a living with hospitality and hotels and everything, I wanted it my way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted it my way. And I definitely took control of our wedding.
Yeah.
And Daisy was quite happy to let me do that. Obviously, she did a dress thing and, she looked after the bridesmaid dresses and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to the actual wedding day, that was mine. Stand back. I've seen enough of these. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. And I also knew what Daisy would enjoy. And that's not me being big-headed. I just knew.
Yeah.
So we originally booked a venue in Scarborough. And I remember sitting down with a woman and I said to her, look, this is what I do for a living. I'm not going to sit here and say I know best or whatever, but I've got a very specific picture in my head of what we want. So all I ask is let's have an open dialogue of what can be done, what can't be done. Just do me a favour, don't lie to me. Because I'll know, just let's be honest and stuff like that. She's like, yeah, absolutely. And she gave me all this, yeah, not a problem at all. It'll be a pleasure working with you. And it was fine. And we walked away. I told her pretty much a rough thing of what I wanted. Everything, that's not a problem at all. Brilliant, fine. Paid the deposit, walked away, done. Fast forward a few weeks or whatever, started talking to her, and all of a sudden it were, thing is with your hog roast. So you want a hog roast? Yeah, that's what I said. We're going to get a hog roast. We're not licensed for a hog roast. So I'm like, right, you don't have to be licensed for a hog roast. We're going to get it external. The person comes with a license. Yeah. Oh no, that's not how food safety laws work. Right, like I said to you from the beginning, right? If you don't want us to have a hog roast, then just say that and we'll talk about it. Don't make things up. Yeah. Don't make things up. Oh, yeah, but the thing is what we can do pork sandwiches. Right, fine. But
Billy Bear.
By this point, I'm already annoyed because she's already lied to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I've already said... So anyway, long story short, we cancelled it, walked away from it, lost the deposit. Because I weren't... Because it
you
weren't
can't
what I want.
possibly further invest in that, can you?
No, and people are like, oh my God, you've walked away from it. I didn't care.
Came to your wedding meal and it was Haribo.
Yeah. So anyway, we fell in love with Wortley Hall, went to look in Wortley Hall, but yeah, I think I I don't think there'll be many grooms. I'm not saying any. I don't think there are many grooms that went to the final details meeting on their own.
No.
I went without Daisy, and literally sat there with the final details. They were lovely at work. The whole massive shout out that they were absolutely brilliant, and they loved the fact. They did love the fact that I just wanted to do things a bit different, and the fact. Daisy, the only thing Daisy was really adamant were, because we were getting married in between Christmas and New Year, she didn't want it to be a Christmas wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the only thing she said is she'd liked it to have been a winter themed, but not Christmas. So obviously I'm sat there with the final details meeting. I'm like, look, no Christmas trees. Like, yeah, not a problem at all. And I'm like, look, arrival drink, I want liqueur coffees. So instead of like a Bucks Fizz or anything like that, I want someone to be able to go up, coffees, proper liqueur coffees, people to be able to pick Baileys, whiskey, brandy, and then I want this for a buffet, and then I want hog roast, and then pie and peas, as we've already discussed before tonight. And everything that I wanted, everything that I said, just wasn't an issue. And you know what? It was impeccable. The service, everything that they delivered was impeccable. Everything that I wanted. And then really, hats off to Daisy's dad and brother, because they put so much work into the room, to make it like a winter wonderland.
Yeah. Oh,
You all saw it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you were all invited to mine. It was amazing. And when Daisy walked into that room, that was the first time she'd seen it. It was the first time she'd seen the room, the first time she'd seen the idea of the room, anything about it. And you even look on the video that you made, Rob, which is fantastic.
How long did it take him to? You've only just seen it. Haven't you? Only came out.
I'm still waiting for part 2.
It didn't
actually take you. It didn't actually take that long.
The only mistake Kirk made was asking me to do the sound for his wedding. So, and I was demanding that we had rehearsals.
Yeah,
because I wanted to time the music so that it was perfect.
But yeah, that's the I think that it was a very nice wedding, but
it was a gorgeous wedding.
But I was very, very controlling over it. Very controlling of it. But in all fairness, though, that was a bit like you, though, wasn't it, Mark?
Yeah.
You planned most of yours, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. The big stipulation for me was that we couldn't have a DJ, because I couldn't have a DJ. I didn't want to have a DJ because obviously my background.
That's why I've no work for people like Mark going,
Yeah.
I don't want a DJ, so I'm skinned.
I won't be able to cope. I'd have so many prerequisites as to what I want, what I didn't want,
Yeah.
and that's not what a DJ is for. So we booked a band that, in fact, actually, Kirk, it was a gig that I did for you in Doncaster, and the band were called the Funtime Frankies. I don't know if you remember them.
At the nightclub in Mood.
Yeah, I think they're from Liverpool or somewhere like that. And they did all sort of rock and indie covers.
Yeah.
But they were particularly good at Mr. Brightside by the Killers. Really good. And it stuck in my head, and I was like, I need to find that. And I couldn't remember the name of the band, so trying to find the name of a band that's not famous as such.
Yeah.
With nothing to go off, it took me months and months and months to find them. And then I managed to find them and got them. But yeah, it was lovely. August wedding, red hot, wasn't it?
You were. Lovely weather.
Couldn't have wished for better, really. It was lovely. Ellen's uncle. Well, we had a duo in the afternoon playing jazz stuff on the keyboard and guitar, and then Ellen's uncle had a go on doing a bit of jazz. So it was just really, really nice. Really family, friends, everything that we wanted really for our wedding day. So yeah,
I think that was the only sticking point for me with ours, was the fact that we couldn't have a videographer because they didn't have videographers on board.
Right.
And if they had, they would have charged thousands.
Oh, could you imagine?
So I said, sod it, I'll do it myself. So I filmed my own wedding and bought a GoPro, bought a stabilizer, taught my dad how to do it. I had literally days with my dad training him how to use this camera, how to move with the camera.
I could just see beads of sweat pouring off him while you're going through it on his lap. Oh my God.
Kurt were in charge of moving cameras around that day, and people filming bits. I filmed bits myself, and then made a video. A good video, wasn't it?
A very good video.
I have seen the video actually.
Yeah, it's 3 part.
I was invited to night do when you came back. Yeah, I remember
the
that.
night do was actually really good.
I was
wasn't
absolutely overwhelmed.
Is your video on YouTube? I don't think it is.
It's still on there.
Is it still on there so people can go and see it?
It's and the after show party, the party when we got back for extended family and friends to come to, we hired out the Holiday Inn, didn't we? And we basically made it out as though it was a cruise ship.
Yeah.
So I had all those banners made with the welcome to the room, and it was like when your ticket to come was your boarding pass. And then you came in there, photographs with us and the entrance, and then we had hired a casino, we had a singer, Mark, you DJ'd and you were the captain, but you made the announcements as the captain, and we had the screen with the view from the bridge, didn't we, and stuff?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it was good. It was a great night. Right then, shall we do it?
Here we go. Oh, it's spinning.
What's it gonna be?
Oh, I'm just so excited. Come on. He's nearly there.
The Wheel of Features.
So nothing from last week then. So we're just ready to spin the wheel.
Spin it.
Spin it away.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
What is it?
Yay!
It's me,
Mark. Which one? Dead or alive? Hey!
I'm alive.
I'm already dead. So come alive. Be quick, I'll be dead.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
It's let it go. Let it go. I wanna be alive. I want to be alive.
Right, so it's Dead or Alive. So, do you know how to play it all? Or shall I explain for the listeners?
Remind
some
the
new
listeners.
that need
So
to
I'm
know.
going to read out some famous names, or famous to most people, and you guys have got to decide if they're still alive or if they're dead.
Right.
Simple
Okay.
as that.
Or if they're dead or alive.
Dead or
Dead or
alive?
alive. Live or dead.
Let's go.
Are you ready then?
I'm ready.
So
First one.
Let's do the first one for you then.
And we're writing these down, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're writing them down.
Oh,
Right, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
And then I can mark
give me,
them.
Give me, because I'll only delete it. won't
Yeah,
I?
yeah.
got your
Change
pen?
your mind halfway through.
Change your mind halfway through.
Yeah.
Right.
Go on then, Mark.
Right, so the first one then.
Oh, hang on a minute. I ain't
Oh,
got my thing.
have you got your
Oh,
pencil?
although he's got a toy tam phone. Just let him find where his notes is.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
Text.
Yeah.
No
Dead
cheating, by the way. I don't use
or
Googling the name.
Alive.
Are you doing?
Right. Question number 1.
Yeah. Well, it's not a question really.
Question
but-
number one.
Number
Well,
one.
it is.
Well, I suppose.
Number one.
Right then.
Question
Mel-
number one.
Mel Brooks, the actor,
Mel Brooks.
who in Blazing Saddles. Remember?
I'm glad you said that because I weren't really sure who you were talking about. Not that I'm any wiser.
All got an answer.
Done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
Next one then. Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
Yep.
Yeah.
You do realise it's cold this time of year, don't you? Yeah. Some of these could change as this goes
Well,
out.
they could well do. They could well. We'll have to. Kurt, you'll have to edit it if these die or not.
Right.
Tony Curtis,
Ooh.
the actor.
Ooh. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many have I done there? Three.
Three.
Question number 4.
Number 4, please.
Question number 4. Glenda Jackson, the actress.
Glenda Jackson.
What was she in?
She
Those
was in
films
with their dogs.
Those
Dalmatians.
films.
Those films and those. Weren't she in EastEnders as well at some point? I don't know.
That's
Okay.
Was she in Harry Potter?
Maybe.
And,
Daniel
Question number
Radcliffe.
5.
and we'll go for.
Question number 5.
Trying to look at some names here.
You got your
Question
readers
number
on.
5.
Robert Wagner. the
Robert
actor.
Wagner.
I mean, you've come out with some names this time, mate. I don't even know where half of these are.
Robert
You do,
Wagner.
you
You
do.
know his face.
He was in. I think he was in Heart to Heart in the 80s. It was like a.
I think you'd know his face. I do.
Oh,
Have
that-
you
that
heard of his
helps.
name?
You what?
Have you heard of his name?
Not really.
No, not
I'll
really.
make a guess.
He's,
All right. So we've got him.
so
Yeah.
you got him.
I'm changing my last one.
Oh.
I think because when you first said it, now you said we were in an 80s thing, I was thinking of him who got shot in Dallas. But that's not Robert Wagner, is it? What were
No,
he called?
Hangman.
Yeah.
Joe played Jake. What was his?
J.K.
Why'd you
Ro-
ask him
And
questions?
they played,
knowing-
and they played J.K. Rowling in Dallas.
Come on, give
Come
us
on, then, I've got
answers,
me
Mark.
5
Right, okay.
answers.
What was the first one? What I gave you?
You should know. You
don't
asked
know.
it. Question number 1.
Yeah. What was the first name?
Question number 1.
I
don't
it
write
was
them
Mel
down.
Brooks, number 1.
Oh, Mel Brooks. Right.
Brooks.
Yeah. So what have you got for?
I've gone dead.
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 You've all gone for dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's still alive.
He's 162.
Oh, you're not far off. He's 98.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Oh, that's that one wrong. Yeah.
What was the next one I gave you?
I don't know. We don't write them down. We just
Clint
write the
Eastwood.
answers.
Oh, well done.
Oh, well done.
So I've got a whole list of them. You see here. So Clint Eastwood.
He's alive.
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 Okay. And so how would you think he is?
97.
Oh,
I'm
I
going to guess.
said I was going to say 96.
Yeah. 90. Oh, that's a 95.
98. Last answer. 98. My last
Higher or
answer.
lower? What we're going?
95.
98.
He's 94.
Oh, we're closest. But I got it right, actually.
What was the next one I gave you?
Tony Curtis.
Oh, well done.
Well done.
Well, you wrote these down?
I wrote my answers down, and that's what I'm basing it on. Because I think Tony Curtis died quite a while ago.
So Tony Curtis then. So you're saying dead, Mark?
Yeah.
I'm saying dead.
Dead. He is dead.
Yes.
Do you know what year he died and how old he was?
I'd say 2014, and I think he was 92.
I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'm going to say 1997, and he
Wow.
would have been, I don't know, 48.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Wow.
going to say 2019, and he was 86.
Well, he died in 2010,
Oh.
and he was 85.
Oh.
I was
I
close
couldn't
on
have been
both.
any more wrong, could I?
And what's the next one? Glenda Jackson?
Yes.
Right, Glenda Jackson then.
He's alive.
Alive, okay.
Alive.
Dead.
You're right, Kirk. She's dead.
Is she? When did she die?
What year did Kirk? 'Cause you said
2023?
she did die in 2023. And
Yeah.
how old was she when she died?
89.
No. Is it as close as that?
87.
Was it? Wow.
Well, she's like, you're a Glenda
I don't
Jackson.
think she's
I went
dead.
far off.
Wow,
Kirk's a
I'm
Glenda
impressed.
Jackson fan.
There you go.
Oh, Cruella.
You know what
No,
I'm
Cruella.
right? Anyone with a second name of Jackson?
I know. I thought we were going to say that. Actually.
And there you go. And that's your dead or
What
alive.
about last
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Should we do
last
last, should we do last one? Question number 5.
Is it? I thought that was. Is there another
This
one?
feature's dead.
Is there another one?
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
What name did I give
Robert
you?
Wagner.
Wagner.
Oh, Robert Wagner. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. And go on, you tell me what you said.
I wrote dead initially, then when I found out he weren't in Dallas, I've put alive.
Put alive.
I've got him as dead.
He's still alive?
Yeah.
And how old do you think he is?
Is he the guy at the coffee advert then?
Coffee advert?
Who am
Are
I
you thinking of, what's his face? grey hair, who in Ocean's 11.
Gosh.
George Clooney.
Well, he said coffee advert.
No, let me get his thing up. His
Oh,
name.
you mean him who in Little Britain?
Coffee advert man. Oh, I'm thinking of Anthony Head.
Yeah, him in Little Britain.
Anyway.
Anyway, no.
I got 4 out of 5 there.
Well, I got 2.
Hang on, I've not told you. I've got Robert Wagner. Yeah, what did I say?
You already said he's alive.
yeah, alive. But how old is he?
Oh.
Because his listeners are all
I don't
wanna
even
know.
know who he is.
I'd say 81.
He's 94.
Wow.
I reckon he's...
94. Sorry, Mark.
That's what I like about your features. They're so smooth and well written.
Oh, you mean unlike all the others?
How many did you get right, Mark?
I think I got 2, I think.
Yeah, I got 2. Well done, Kirk. You won this week.
Yeah, I smashed that one, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah.
Right, it's been a pleasure, boys.
See you next week.
See you next week.
See you next week.
See you later.
Bye, bye, bye.
Thank you for your continued support with our independent podcast. Did you know that you can interact with us and other listeners on Facebook, on the Chat in Tap Room Facebook group? You can also get in touch via email, innthechat@gmail.com, and of course on any of our socials. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.